this is going to be, this is going to be, your cards are already jumping out. Daily for Sunday, December 2nd. Sorry. Messages may or may not resonate with you. If they do, wonderful. If they don't, please don't try to make them. They're just not for you. All right, let's see. Damn it. Come on. Any day now, guys. Come on. There we go. Whoop. All right. There, event. Oh, okay. Did a Learn to Read Tarot series on that. If you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. This card could read a whole lot, so I'm going to go ahead and take another one. Hopefully. Oh, my cards are so old and bending. Alright. Let's see. Yeah. Hierophant is usually about law. The law could be universal law, it could be the actual law. Could be about inner divinity, balance, cross keys or balance, and different aspects of ourselves, the roses and lilies, passion and purity. King of Swords is someone who has mastered their intellect, someone who's kind of cool, calm, and collected, even under pressure. They know how to keep their mind right. I believe that's a Libra card. It's air, I know that. Libra would be balance, another law. Yeah, I'm gonna take one more card just to see where this is going. Maybe you get divine guidance from having control over your thoughts and your intellect. Yeah. All right. Seven of Cups can be seen as it can either be seen as daydreaming, it can be seen as having too many choices, having too much on your mind, which, I believe in this scenario, that's what it is. What's on your mind? Obviously a lot. Maybe you have, or you feel you have too many choices, you need to narrow it down to one. I definitely feel there's this isn't someone that you are. This isn't someone that you are. So it's either someone you know or someone you need to be. I keep hearing, it doesn't make any sense though. I hate that. I hate that when I hear something that doesn't make any sense. I keep hearing Mary, but that's, I mean, this could be a marriage card, but that has nothing to do with this. To marry. Marry what? Aspect. Oh, marry the aspect, huh? So maybe the aspect of him, which could be your inner self. Is that right? Let's see. Yep. Okay. You need to marry, not literally marry, but marry this. I don't want to say it's not really an aspect, but it's like this other, it's more of a higher, I don't want to say higher self, but it's not a higher self. It's just, what's the way to describe it? This version, like this version of you. You need to marry, maybe to accept, because when you marry, you make one. So maybe you need to integrate this. Okay, you need to integrate this, which that is calmness of mind, it's peace of mind. There's tranquility, there's master of thoughts. So someone out there really needs to, shit, this could be for me, really needs to get their thoughts under control. I want to do another one because I want to know why you need to get your thoughts under control. Is it just because of, outdated belief systems? Is it because you just have too much shit on your mind? Like, I mean, these can all be seen as temptations in a lot of ways. It could be, things you want to accomplish. Let's see. I'm gonna do. Hold on one second. I'm gonna pull another card. Describe the Seven of Cups. Let me create so I can understand. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Definitely some sort of mental belief systems and kind of just some mental fuckery going on in your life. Very, very mental. I've seen this a lot in my other readings and stuff. So this is a big thing going on, I think, now for collectively anyway. Usually this will mean, usually it's like a self-imprisonment. It's like being in prison almost in your mind. Something is blinding you, but it's also tethering you to the current situation. So you really need to learn a way of Oh, sorry. Say change. They said change your thoughts, but that's not really. How do you do that? Right? Okay. Okay. You need to change your thinking. And by doing that, you need to accept that you don't. What? That you don't. What? Okay. All right. That's what I'm hearing. You need to accept that you have all this going on. I guess they're not accepting it. Okay. So you need to accept that there is something keeping you tied to this current situation. And it's all mental. It's all mental. But some of it really, I think, gets you inside your feels. Like, that's why it's cups. So maybe you need, this is something you need to integrate. Something you need to work on integrating. Because I don't know why else, they would say to kind of admit it to yourself that this is even going on. And it's usually this kind of stuff. I mean, you can tell that it's going on in your life. Because this is like, the feeling of this card would be just depressed and just stuck, powerless, that kind of a thing. Just everything's barren, there's no life left, there's no hope, there's no, this is a very blah kind of, you know what I mean? Just, you feel like this is how you have to be, this is how, things are. And it's not true. And they're saying that once you accept that you have these belief systems and that it's not you, it's just, it could be how you were raised. It could be the people that you're around all the time. It could be just your own sabotaging self-beliefs about yourself. Okay, but what they're saying is you need to integrate that back in. You need to accept that. Okay, we need to accept everything about ourselves, not just the good things, not just when things are really good. We need to accept also, and I'm not going to say bad things because they're not. These things, when these things happen, they're not bad things. They're things that teach us about ourselves. That's when you learn the most, is when things are kind of at their roughest, because that's when we tend to take notice of things. Most people, and it might be a gratefulness issue, it might be that kind of a thing, but you tend to take things for granted. You tend to take your good mood. People think, oh, when you take things for granted, it's just like things you can touch, things you can feel. And that's not true. People take being healthy for granted. You don't seem to realize how healthy you used to be until you get sick. You ever get sick and then realize how shitty it is to have a stuffed up nose? Like, you don't realize that until you're sick. You being honest with yourself will allow you to integrate and to move forward. This journey is about, marrying every aspect of yourself, of integrating every bit of you back in and accepting it, no matter, how dark or how rough around the edges it is. It's still you, and it's still something that you need to admit that you are, so you can move on. And there should be no shame, there should be no guilt. You go ahead and feel that if that's fine, But then work through that. There's a reason why you have those feelings. Work through it, find the root cause, integrate it back into yourself, and then you can move on from this. This is not where anyone wants to be. This is imprisonment. This for me is terrifying. That's like there's no freedom. There's just you can't see a way out. You're stuck, no freedom. So somebody's got some stuff to integrate. Don't be afraid to really kind of go in there and dig deep. You might find a lot of things, that are holding you back. But you should be doing it from a very intellectual, non-emotional standpoint. If it's possible for you to, when you're thinking about what this could be, to kind of take a step back from it, to not focus on it like you're involved in it too much. Right now you just be trying to figure out what it is, and then you can go into how you feel, those kinds of things, and you can get more deeper into it. Right now you just need to figure out, and I feel like this is the last little bit of stuff we're having to get over for this whole cycle that's ending right now. A lot of it is just mental. A lot of it is just mental. But it's easier said than done to accept, or to even try to change, a belief you've had your whole life, something that's been programmed, into your DNA. Like these aren't things that, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up if you can't, get this right away. These are not just things that you thought up yourself. Like these could be from traumatic incidents you had. They can be from past lives. They can be from, just generational shit that's added up over generation upon generation, just keeps adding and adding and adding. That could be this too. There's so many things that it could be. So you really need to go in and be still, and use your own inner divinity to kind of figure out what each one of these are and what it's doing to hold you back. It's definitely all mental. Made no sense. You're like, marry him, marry it. Marry what? I don't see anything to marry here. I knew this wasn't a person. I knew it. So there you go. We need to work on integrating all of ourselves back to each other, back to its, wholeness. Because you're a whole thing. You're not, parts of a thing. You're one whole great thing, and that's what we're aiming for here. Very good. This was a good one. A little longer than I thought. Right? Oh, 20 minutes. That's going to take forever. All right. I hope this was helpful to somebody. I know it was helpful even to me. Very, very good reading. All right. I'll have this up on my Instagram in a little bit. Probably not a little bit with the 20-minute video. But check that out, Divine Destiny Tarot 1111. If you would like a personal reading, you can go to divinedestinytarot.com, click on shop. And I hope everyone has a really great rest of their weekend. All right, on to the next one. Bye.